This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this is the first session of REFX Flexible Real Estate Management. In this course, we will include, we will understand all the best practice scenarios of SAP REFX, and we will take some industrial real-time business cases, and then we'll try to understand how REFX is helping us to manage our business in a flexible in real estate business. Okay. So when we are going with this course, we'll understand first business process. Okay. Second, how we can understand how we can understand with reference to the transactions which we need to execute in REFX, and then configuration. So it will be our sequence. First, understanding of business process, then business transactions, how you need to perform these transactions in area REFX, and then we'll go for the configuration. We will provide you the customized study document. Okay, and apart from that, we are having one standard book which you can refer to study, and we'll follow the same book to go ahead with the course. Okay, and all the sessions will be recorded here, and these recorded sessions you can access it through our app, my online education app. We are having this app available on Android and iOS. So this is the link. I will provide you this link separately. You can download this app, and all the recorded session will be uploaded same day, and then you can refer it. Through this app, you can access your recorded sessions offline also. So there is no need to have internet or anything. It will be available once it is uploaded there on the app. And further, if you have any issue, anything, you can directly contact to this email ID, training@mybandhu.com, or all these number, whatever is given here. So in my today's session, I'll just explain the real estate life cycle management. Okay, this presentation, this kind of demo already I have uploaded on YouTube. Okay, so I will refer the same PPT, but I'll explain in system perspective how it is different, how exactly the complete life cycle of the real estate. Then business process in our SAP REFX, and then we'll understand reporting and dashboard. Just we'll see this overview, and then integration with other module, and then course contents. So when we are going to understand real estate life cycle, okay. So in India, real estate means something else, and out of India, real estate some different. Okay, because real estate means exactly lease in and lease out. Okay, where companies are doing lease in, they are real estate companies as per the like as how it is understand in out of India. Okay, but in India, real estate means construction plus real estate, means the organization are doing the construction business, and then after that they're doing real estate business also, but combinedly we are calling it as a real estate. So here this module, how it is designed by SAP, it is focusing only on real estate, means lease in and lease out. For construction, we are having separate options, separate solutions in SAP. Okay, so here when we are going to implement, let's say sometimes when companies are understanding, yes, we need to implement real estate solutions, so they are understanding that combined solution, complete solution from construction to lease in or lease out. Okay, so we need to clarify it that construction business scenario is separate and real estate is separate here. So when we are going to understand the complete life cycle of real estate, it doesn't start from only lease in or lease out. Lease in and lease out, the companies, once my products are ready, once my properties are ready, then only I can go for lease in or lease out, right? But before that we are having lots of other activities also. Okay, so let's see, if I'm taking example of Indian real estate business, okay, how it is starting. Okay, and then how exactly SAP is helping to manage this entire business cycle. Okay, that we'll understand today, and then after that we'll focus only on the real estate, that is a flexible real estate model. So when we are understanding real estate lifecycle management, real estate lifecycle management provides the ability to plan investment and monitor construction project. So when, let's say, one real estate company, when they are starting any project, Okay, before that they are doing pre-investment analysis. Okay, pre-investment analysis there where they are deciding whether they are going to sell directly this product or property, or they want to keep some property with them and then they will lease it out. Okay, you can see the same type of business in residential. So let's say if any company, let's say any Godrej properties, okay, if they are launching any project, so before launching they are deciding what kind of property, what kind of units they want to keep it with them as of now, and then what kind of unit they will sell it directly. Okay, so this can be a mixture of type of project also. Like if they are launching any project, residential project, so same time they used to launch one commercial arcade also. There is nowadays it is an like very usual whenever residential project is going to be launched, same time they are keeping some shops. So Godrej properties, let's say if they are selling the residential units, not commercials, so in that case they need to decide that this is for my sale and this is for my internal purpose. Internal purpose means it is direct investment, we are not going to sell it as of now. So here when we are starting any project, we are doing pre-investment analysis, okay, and then only we are, once it is fulfilling as per the business need, business requirement need, as per my project, as per my organization vision or mission, then only it is going to be launched. Okay, so here the first is investment, and then following with the construction. So once this is approved, your pre-investment analysis is done, and then this concept is approved, then only it is going for the construction. Okay, so here in SAP, just I am jumping directly to the solution because everybody is aware about SAP's modules. Okay, so here the plan investment, here this portion we can cover in portfolio project management. This is part of EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management, where we can do the pre-investment analysis by considering all the organization business strategies. Okay, once it is approved, then we can transfer it to PS project system where it will be executed. So in PS we are having functionality to integrate with sales. So whatever you are going to sell, whatever unit you are going to sell, that will be managed separately, and whatever units you want to keep it with you as an investment, you can manage it. Okay, so whatever whatever you have considered an investment, you can settle it, you can transfer your incurred cost into your asset finally. Okay, so asset, then that ready asset, that will become your unit now. Okay, so here let's say I'm coming to the investment side. So investment, you have, let's say, some shops you have constructed, and then you have created the asset in the system, and then you have transferred all the values, all the cost into the asset, and then you have created, then you need to create REFX master data. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are directly coming to the REFX side, flexible real estate management. So once it is ready, this master data is ready, then you can promote for vacant space campaign, identify leads, and provide lease offers to prospective tenants. So now your master data is ready. So along with that, if you are integrating with CRM system, okay, customer relationship management with REFX, you can promote your vacant space, whatever is vacant now. So now you need to lease it out. Okay, you can do the campaign, you can identify leads, and once leads is going to convert into customer, final customer, in that case you can directly integrate, you can directly jump from CRM to REFX. Okay, you can manage it. So once your customer is finalized, that once your prospect is saying yes, everything is fine, then I'm going to take it, then you can convert, you can create one contract. Okay, so here next you will go into REFX, manage leases including postings and rent, escalation, sales-based rent, and service charge settlement. Then manage space including moves and room reservation, handle work orders for maintenance repairs. So till here, this portion we are covering in REFX. Then handle work orders for maintenance and repairs. Let's say that you have already given on rent, your unit is given on the rent, then it's your responsibilities to provide the maintenance. So in that case, you can integrate REFX object to your master data in PM, plant maintenance, and directly you can manage it from REFX side also. So here we'll discuss this entire process and system also. We'll see whatever is not exactly coming in the REFX. This we will see in the system. This we will see. I'll try to show you. Okay, this one also. Okay, but here we will focus on this area. Okay. So these are the major phases which we are having in the REFX: acquire, develop, operate, and divest. Okay. So in acquire, let's say in real estate, what in construction come real estate, how it is being used. First of all, we are identifying asset for acquisition, then evaluating the investment alternatives, then raising the finance, negotiating the purchase, and then transferring ownership. This example, when you are starting, when you are acquiring any asset directly. Okay, the initial slide where I have explained the business scenario, that is when we are constructing. We are constructing. So here, if you are directly going to acquire any asset, so in that case, first you are acquiring, then you are developing. Okay, you are developing. In developing stage, what you are doing, you are taking all the permits. Okay, obtaining permits, planning the construction project, executing the construction project, managing subcontractors, manage the constructing and finance construction financing. One second. Okay, so here acquire, you can take another example. In that case, let's say if you have acquired any land, okay, and then here in this stage, in develop stage, you are constructing, and then operating stage, here your asset is ready, here your property is ready, your unit is ready to lease out, and here in operate, you have started leasing it out. So generating and managing tenants lead, managing the tenant application to lease process, service tenant request for maintenance, improvement, and enjoyment, collecting rent, managing the lease ending activities, refurbishing and preparing the unit of the next tenant. So if tenant is going to vacate it, if your contract is over, then before coming to the next tenant, you are refurbishing it, you are just doing the maintenance. Okay, then next is divest. Identifying potential buyer. So let's say this property now you are selling, okay, preparing the asset for sale, negotiating the sale terms, transferring ownership to the new owner. So here in SAP REFX, we are going to concentrate on operate. One second. Okay, so when we are going to understand here real estate lifecycle management overview with respective to available solutions in SAP. Okay, so in that case, I'll just explain in this slide investment and construction. So this is the first stage. Okay, here I'm talking about real estate lifecycle management. Okay, not only real estate. Okay, not only real estate. When we are talking about real estate process, so it is referring the REFX, directly REFX, flexible real estate management. But when we are saying real estate lifecycle management overview, it means it has to start from your investment and construction, and then finally how you are going to manage your property and how you are going to sell. In any case, if you want to divest it, so how you are going to sell your property. So here the first stage is investment and construction. Okay, in this case, what are the activities you are doing here? Collect all investment ideas, approval steps, and decision criteria. So what you are doing, investment, before even doing the investment, somebody has to give one proposal or any idea that yes, we are going to start this project. From somewhere at least it has to come. So in organizations, we used to have strategic department. Okay, they are checking they are submitting the new ideas. They are submitting the proposal, okay, and they are checking the alignment of all the proposals or ideas with your business strategies, okay. So once it is approved, then it is going for the next stage. So here in investment and construction, we are collecting all investment ideas, approval steps and decision criteria, create project and track budget. So once it is approved, then it will be transferred to project execution. Okay, so here in the project execution, you need to plan it in detail, you need to schedule it. Okay, you need to plan the procurement, you need to plan your labor, money, machines, all these things need to be planned, and then it will go for finally project execution. So once you are executing it, same time you are tracking all these budget, you need to perform, you need to confirm the milestones and all the deliverables. Okay, here when you are constructing this product or properties, okay, so that time you need some material also to construct it. Okay, so here it is integrated with procurement cycle. So here this you can manage it in EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management. Next, if you are going to sell it directly, okay, so here we are not talking about real estate integration, REFX integration. Let's say from project itself you want to sell it. So here you can sell it. There is one scenario here we can integrate PS and SD, and from PS itself you can trigger for the billing, okay, milestone billing and all. So here once your project is ready, okay, your units are ready. After that, as I've explained in my previous slides, you can do the marketing, whether you are selling it or you are leasing it out. So here in initial stage, whatever the units you want to sell, here plan campaign for promoting vacant space and track and qualify leads, work on new sales opportunities, match real estate and demand and supply. So all these things you are managing in CRM and SD. Okay. So sales you will manage in SD, and your promotions and vacant space, how you are taking the leads and everything, it has to be managed in CRM, commercial customer relationship management. Okay, then it will go to lease and space management. Here it's a part of REFX and FICO. Then once your it is coming in the running, okay, then the maintenance activity need to be taken care here in PM, plant maintenance. So here along with like plant maintenance is a part of EM as of now, enterprise asset management, where it is a package of different modules like PM, plant maintenance, WCM, work clearance management. Okay, all these modules are being used here. So this is the complete life cycle. Okay, so just a second. If you have any question, please let me know.
So Rama, are we going to see the in this one also EPPM and then little bit of CRM to understand the entire life cycle?
See, CRM I don't have system, but EPPM I'll show you. Okay, I'll start from EPPM itself only.
Okay.
Okay. So here,
sir,
how?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sir, Srini, yes. Sir, so you mean to say that once the units are ready, before coming into the REFX, and so we will be selling those units directly, where we have the integration point between PS and SD. That is what you mean to say.
Yes.
That, right?
Yes. Yes.
So then that finished products won't come into the REFX system, right?
That will not come in the REFX.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. I will explain here on this slide. Okay, so how your complete business process is starting. Okay, first of all, any idea or anything like any proposal will be submitted. Okay, so let's say there is one strategic team, and this team is working to understand the market, and then accordingly they are proposing that on which location and what type of project we should launch. Okay, so generally how it happens, let me come little before that. When we are forming any company, any organization, Okay, so let's say this is Godrej Property. Okay, so this is the company. Okay, so when it is being formed, same time they are defining what kind of projects they will launch. Okay, and what is their strategy, what is their vision and mission in the market. Okay, so they are defining vision and mission. So as per the vision and mission only, they will do some activity. Okay, so to align these activity according to vision and mission, what they will do, they will define their organization strategies. Okay, so organization strategy is nothing, it's just rules. Like these are the rules which you need to follow, so that whatever the task, whatever the project activities you are going to perform, okay, that will directly help us to achieve our vision and mission of the organization. This is the agenda here. So let's say if Godrej is saying that we just want to be first in residential real estate market, so in that case they have to work hard, they need to understand the market, and accordingly they need to work. Okay, so whenever they are launching their project, they are saying that we will deliver it on time, whatever we are committing as of now, the quality it will be delivered same. Okay, and whatever they are committing, they are delivering it, so that they can achieve the trust in the market. Okay, they can achieve exactly what they have mentioned in the vision and mission of the statement of the organization. Okay, so how it is, we are having Godrej Properties, then it is having vision and mission, then this vision and mission, to achieve the vision and mission we are having organization strategy, and as per the organization strategy the ideas will be submitted. So let's say if I'm saying I'm the employee of Godrej Property in the same team, strategic team, and I'm saying let's construct one bridge. Okay, but here my statement saying we want to be in the residential market only. So in first instance only it will be rejected. No, we are not in this business. We are doing only the residential project. Okay. So first of all, that your idea, your proposal should be aligned with your vision and mission. And what is helping here? Organization strategies, organization rules. Okay. So here, to manage these two things, we are having separate module. It is not a part of EPM, but somehow we can manage it here in the portfolio project management. Somehow, not everything, but we can manage it through development. Okay. So here, let's say I'm from the strategic team and I'm submitting one proposal, a residential project. We should launch one residential project in Delhi. Okay, let's say I have given one location, that East Delhi. Okay, and then it is submitted. Okay, then it will go for the review. So first of all, the review team, they will check whether it is aligning with my organization mission and vision. Okay, yes, it is aligning, then it will go to the next stage. So they will understand, yes, what kind of project we should launch. Okay, will it be row house, will it be apartment, high rise apartment? Okay, what kind of project you want to launch? So then it will go to the discussion. Here discussion, it will go for the technical analysis, whatever the proposed idea is there, how we can achieve technically, and then it will go for financial feasibility analysis, and once it is done, then it will be approved. Okay, so once it is approved, this is the idea here. This is the idea. Once it is approved, it will be directly transferred to the PS, project execution. Okay, here I am saying this is a residential project only. Okay, but here it will become project. Okay, so project, here now it will go to the detailed planning. Okay, and then whatever cost is there, it will be incurred on this project only. Okay, and then okay, so here this idea and then proposal, how we are managing it, we can manage it in PPM, portfolio project management, but this portion where we are going to execute the project, it has to be managed in PS, project system. Okay, so here again in project system we are having two different way with respect to your real estate cycle. Okay, how we can do this? 1 second. So let's say this is your project now. Okay, you are saying this is your residential project. Okay, and residential project, this tower you are having two tower here, tower 1, tower 2. Okay, tower 1, tower 2, and you decided we will sell tower 1 when we are constructing this project, and tower 2 we will keep it for us and then we will manage it later on. Okay, we'll lease it out. Okay, so what you will do, whatever you are constructing here, whatever the flats, apartments you are constructing in tower 1, you will sell it out same time. Okay, so you can promote it separately in CRM, and when you are getting any customer, then same time you will create a sales order. You will create one contract with your customer, right? So that is a legal document, and then accordingly same you will reflect into sales order. So just I'm directly putting it here, sales order. Okay, in between customer is there. So what happened? Let's say when you are integrating with your PS, this is your PS system, project system. Okay, this is your project system, and this is your SD, sales and distribution. Let's say in sales order you are having different billing plans. Okay, so here we are having different, like if you see in the India, we are having different payment plan. One is a flexi plan where we can pay some amount now and then some amount and later stage. We are having a down payment where we are paying complete amount same time. Okay, and then we are having construction link plan where as per the construction that accordingly customer need to be paid. Okay, so all these things we can manage here from PS itself, PS to SD integration. Okay, so once your project is ready here, okay, once your tower 1 is ready, you will hand it over to your customer. Okay, that is the one part. Second part, when you are constructing this tower 2, whatever the cost is going to be incurred, then as a periodic activity you will transfer, you will capitalized into AUC, asset under construction, because it's your own investment, because it's your own asset now. And once it is complete, once let's say all the units are constructed and ready to move, in that case individual unit will be created as an asset. Okay, then from the same point your role of REFX module will start. You need to create a master data from that point. Okay, so here let's say you are having under this tower 2 you are having some flats. I'm saying this is a floor 1. Okay, just a second, this is a floor 1. Okay, on this floor you are having, let's say, 2 flats. Unit number 1. So generally we used to give number like this, right? 101, 102. Okay, so that we can identify this is the first is the floor and 2 is the number of flat. 10, 101. Okay, so how we are understanding here, this is your tower 2, which is having multiple floor. Let's say 2 floors are there, so I'm just mentioning here floor 1 only. This is a floor 1, and then this is a 101 is one flat and 102 is another flat. Okay, so here once your flat is ready, then only it is going to create it as a master data in REFX. Okay, so combinedly when we are understanding it here, this portion you are covering the PS. Okay, this project and everything. Okay, and then you are covering this in SD, and then this settlement and everything, it is being managed in PS itself. Okay, and this individual apartment, you can create a separate WBS element, and then along with that you can create an asset. So whatever cost you have incurred, that you can transfer into asset. So from that point of time, the master data will start to create it in REFX. Right? And what is that exactly? Okay, here your residential project, that is the business entity. Okay, I'll come to that master data, but if you have any question in this stage, please let me know.
Sir, Srini here, sir. Can you just tell me that what is the difference between these CRM contracts and REFS contracts? Because both are catering the same purpose, right? What it makes exactly different between these two, sir?
CRM contract.
Yeah, between CRM contracts and REFX contracts.
CRM contract you are leasing out, leasing in.
Yes.
That I need to check the CRM one.
Okay.
Because CRM, as I know, we don't have this kind of periodic that transaction execution and all. Do you have that one?
That I don't know, sir. Actually, this is what I
need to check.
encountered.
It should not be. It should not be. Otherwise, everybody will. Because I never hear this. Okay, I need to check if anything similar there. See, sometimes the organization who are not having REFX, they are managing in different way. Okay, but whatever the functionality we are having in REFX, it's very unique. Okay, very difficult to manage as a workaround in different modules.
Actually, see this hierarchy, the master data, whatever we are talking about in REFX, like the business entity and rental objects are there, right? So those are present in the CRM also? No,
it's not available.
Might be that could be the difference, I guess. Okay.
I'll check it. If anything, let me check this order in CRM, then I'll comment on it. Okay.
Sure, no problem, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
So here, real estate object hierarchy. Okay, this is the fixed hierarchy in system. Okay, so the first object in REFX is site. Okay, here we are saying site. This is business entity. Business entity, you can understand by the example of township. Okay, nowadays everywhere townships are there. Okay, within township we are having villas, we are having high rises apartment, we are having schools, we are having commercial arcades. So everything within the same premises. Okay, so this premises, wherever we are having all these facilities within the same wall, okay, we are calling it as a business entity in the system. Okay, so this business entity will be assigned to company code. Okay, but company code is a part of FICO, as you know, FI, and here whenever you are creating business entity, it will be within company only, company code only. Okay, and this business entity further, it will have buildings and land. So whatever the terminology you are using here, it is a fixed. Okay, terminology and hierarchy also. So we are having site or business entity, then we are having building and land. Building, wherever it's a building, okay, that we are creating as a building. Let's say tower 1, tower 2. In my previous slide, we need to create first residential project as a business entity. Let's say residential project in East Delhi. This is my business entity, which will have tower 1 and tower 2 as a building. Okay, and let's say if I am having one parking area also in the same premises, so I can create it as a land. Okay, here within building, we can create a rental unit. Okay, rental unit is your flat. Okay, your flat 101, 102, these all are a rental unit. And another object is there, pooled space. Pooled space is nothing, it's just open area. Okay, and then you can have some marcation that you can have demarcation under that you will consider that as a pooled space, and then later stage whatever you are going to lease it out, then you can create as a rental space. You can see this practice in commercial projects nowadays. Okay, that companies are taking huge area on the rent. Let's say if you see Reliance Trend, okay, Reliance Digital. Okay, so what they are doing, builder is selling the shops like this. Okay, this is your shop. Okay, this is my shop. Okay, so all the shops like this. 1 second. So this is on paper only, but they will not have any wall here. Okay, they will not have any wall. You can understand in vice versa here. You are having this complete space, okay, that is a pooled space, and when you are leasing it out, you can extract some space here and you can lease it out. You can see in the mall, in corridors, that some stalls used to be there, okay, where small area they are occupying, okay, so that is a rental space. So pooled space, the complete area, and the rental space, whatever you are extracting to lease it out. We'll understand it in detail what is that, but initial understanding should be clear here that this is my master data here. Clear? Any question, please?
Sir,
Okay.
and Srini here. So, do you have any limitations for creating of these floors, any buildings or property? So, these many floors we can create, and these many flats you can create. There is a limitation like that in the system?
No, it's not. It's depend on your number range of that unit, that the type of the object.
For example, I have a residential flat where I targeted to build 70 to 80 floors or 100 floors. Okay, and in that, and again each floor I have I have 3-4 flats, something like that. What you meant, floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, something like that. Okay. So, for example, system throws any error for you, or there is any limitation set by SAP that only you can able to create these many floors, or you can able to create these many internal flats, something like that. There is a limitation in REFX, sir?
See, let me answer it here. First of all, floor is not included here. Okay, this is a standard hierarchy of usage view. We are having two views in SAP REFX. One is a usage view, another is an architectural view. So here in usage view, here in usage view, we don't have floor as
AO
object.
side, sir, I'm asking. Yeah, AO side, I'm asking.
AO side, again, it's depend on the number range. Okay, there is no limitation. It's depend on the number range, whatever your range you are defining in the system.
Okay, so as such, there is no limitation, such kind of things.
No, there is no such kind of, like how we are having in WBS, only 99 levels of hierarchy we can create. We don't have this kind of limitations here. Okay. So now let's say your unit is ready. Okay, this master data is ready. Okay, and you have done the campaign and everything, and then some prospect came to you. Okay, you are not saying, you are not calling him as a customer as of now, you are saying prospect. Okay, because they just came to inquire. Okay, so in that case, what you can do in the system, as per their requirement, okay, you can note it down. Generally what happens if we don't have SAP, so when you are visiting any real estate company, they are noting down everything. Okay, what kind of your requirement, what kind of flat you want to take it on rent. Okay, 2 BHK, 3 BHK, what kind of wall, security, and everything. Okay, sometimes they are more specified. They are giving more specification, like we need east facing, we need west facing, all these things. Okay, so if you are not using any system, this will be noted down on paper or in Excel, and then that tailor or the person need to be search it accordingly. But here in the system, when we are getting all these requirement, we can punch in the system, we can note it in the system directly, and then system will propose you some available unit accordingly. Okay, so whatever the input criteria you kept, okay, we are managing it in the real estate search. Okay, so real estate search here, based on your requirement, it is searching, it is providing you the available rental unit here. Okay, so once it is finalized, let's say you just want to visit it. Okay, you saw the flat and everything is fine, then this will be created as a contract between organization, between company and the tenant. Okay, and then it will be activated, this contract will be activated, and then every month the one transaction will be executed to to run the to send the invoice for this. Okay, send the rent requirement demand. Okay, then it will be directly paid to pay in REFX or in FI you can pay. So once this complete cycle is going on, parallel one more cycle will be executed, that is a maintenance. Okay, So for this rental unit, if you are having any idea of plant maintenance for this particular rental unit, you can create a function location, and for this function location you can directly create a notification and PM orders. So we'll manage it, this cycle, maintenance cycle here from PM orders. So this is
Sir, you're
just
referring any, sorry, sir, you're referring any PPT or
sorry.
only that?
Sorry. I did not. Let me
Actually
explain
it is
again.
structured. Yeah. Because it was structured in the residential project PPT only. Yeah.
I'll explain it here. So here you are having a rental unit. Okay, this is your master data which you are already available. So let's say you are the organization and some prospect is visiting your office, and then you noted down all the requirement directly in SAP. Okay, there is one process of real estate search where you can capture all the details, all the requirement, and then you will execute it to search available unit as per customer, as per prospect's requirement. Okay, then system will search some available units and then it will propose. Okay, and then that person, the prospect will visit the site, and then once they are satisfied, then it will be converted into contract with reference to search rental unit. Will create a contract. In between there is one more process, offered contract, but that is we will understand in detail once we'll go for sessions. So here in contract, everything need to be mentioned. What is the duration? What is the terms? Okay, all the terms will be mentioned, and what is the rent? Okay, legal, all these things will be mentioned in the contract, and then every month this contract will be executed, and then rent demand will be sent to the tenant, and tenant need to pay it. So this payment part we can cover in the REFX or in the FI. Here this is the one cycle. Another cycle is of maintenance. So if you are aware about plant maintenance, we are having one object called function location. So we can create a function location for particular unit, rental unit in the system. We can link it, and then if we are facing any maintenance issue, like let's say if some painting need to be done or anything, okay, then notification can be created for this function location directly from the flexible real estate management, and then we can create a plant maintenance order also. So here whatever the cost is getting incurred, you can get it here in the function location, and then you can finally settle it to rental unit. So this is just what we are having in the REFX, understanding of complete real estate management life cycle. Okay, and in this course, in this session, in upcoming sessions, we'll start from PPM. Okay, I'll just take one session of PPM, how you can create a item in the PPM, how you can approve it, and how it will be transferred into PS, and then PS same day we'll understand how we can do the initial planning, and then how we can capture the cost, we can get all this cost into the asset, and then we'll start REFX. If you have any question, please let me know here.
Rama, actually functional location, you said it can be assigned to rental unit, right? So my question is, functional location can be assigned to a contract as well?
Automatically it will come to the contract.
Okay.
Okay, once you are assigning it to the rental unit, automatically it will be linked to the contract only.
Okay.
Sir, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Your scenario is different, Raghu. I think that is the same which you are calling, right? This with reference to vehicle, with reference to your equipment, how you can create a contract. That was a requirement, right?
No. We wanted to actually assign functional location to a contract, and then capture cost and settle it to sales order.
Sales order, huh?
Yeah.
Sales order or PM order?
From PM order to sales order.
PM order to sales order.
Yeah.
So it means it's I'll check it. I need to understand it more because it's starting only just, I don't know, because PM order cannot be directly assigned to sales order. How you are managing it?
Here I think the PM orders are assigned to WBS element maybe, and then from WBS to sales order maybe.
Okay. Not sure. Okay, let us understand this. In next session, I'll understand your scenarios. Okay, and then I will check how we can manage it.
Okay, fine. Chalo.
This FL, at what level we can assign at most, like so rental business entity level or building level also we can assign it, or only its rental object level and we can use it?
Every level, it has to be in the hierarchical way. It will start from business entity, then building, then rental unit. It has to be at all level on.
So you can assign it to all level. You mean to say that?
Yeah.
That means, see, for example, I'm assigning one functional location at a business entity level, so that FL should be applicable for all the building and rental units which are there in that particular hierarchy, right?
Correct. This will be it is this FL is also having the hierarchy, right? So as per the hierarchy only it will be assigned. Your, let's say, first level will be assigned to business entity, then second level is building, then third level is for rental unit.
It auto flows to it auto flows to the next level of object. That is what my questions are. Or
no,
so we need to assign each
no.
and every FL.
Manually. We are having automatic way also, but manually we need to assign it. We'll see this how we can manage it in the system. Okay, so here REFX you will get here when you are opening your system SAP. Then in accounting you will get REFX here, flexible real estate management. Okay, and here we can manage the master data. RE80, this is the transaction which we'll use widely. Okay, and we can see the Fury app also here, but better we'll do the practice through transaction code only, so that because here we are having only two Fury app. Okay, and this is just replication of RE80 in HTML, nothing else. Okay, one and second one is to search your contract. So I'll take separate session to explain the concept of Fury, how it is going to integrate with my application server, and whatever the important apps are there. Only two apps are there, and how we can change it as per the business requirement, what kind of business requirement used to be. So all these things I'll show you in the system. Okay, any other question, please?
Oh, okay. So for REFX also we have a Fury apps, sir. Actually, we are using that.
Two Fury apps only.
Oh, for REFX perspective. Okay.
Okay, so we'll start from portfolio management. Okay, next session I'll explain what is a portfolio, how we can create item, and how we can transfer. Okay, we will not go in the configuration and all in PPM system. Just we'll see the cycle. Okay, this is my portfolio. This is my item. Item is my proposal and how it is going to transfer into PS, and then we'll see in the PS how we can manage it. Okay, so that thing we'll start from next session. Thank you. Let me stop this recording.